Hi everyone. Before I was born, I remember feeling pure joy, a feeling so deep it was hard to describe. As a child, I didn't fully understand how important these images were. I was raised in a Christian home and learned a lot about religion from a very young age. Because I learned about God and Christian views at a young age, I thought that everyone had the same memories and longings for God that I did. Personally, I thought for many years that my memories were just the God-shaped hole that Christians talk about. I thought everyone did. They all wanted to get back what they had lost. I focused on finding God and getting back that lost happiness. My whole life was about finding God or divine union, and I spent decades trying to describe an event that couldn't be put into words. The most vivid memory I have is being surrounded by a cosmic cyclone of love and light, a hug that was both personal and global. This experience was very different from how I thought about God, who I thought was angry and wrathful. When I was a troubled teen, I wanted to feel God's presence, and one night I did. It felt like I was swimming in an ocean of love that took away all my pain. It was a powerful and life-changing experience. At that point, time didn't seem to be stopping or beginning. I'm not sure how long I felt that way. I remember telling myself, I want to stay here forever and never come back. I said, where have you been my whole life? I had really wanted to be with this person. The understanding came to me in that place of timelessness. There was no answer spoken, but the experience felt very important. As my journey went on, I had a near-death experience that gave me what I call ultimate knowledge. This was the first time I had a near-death experience. I realized all of a sudden that I could answer any question. I would come up with a question and then get a lot of information that not only answered my question, but also said more about it. This flood of information also showed how it was linked to the rest of the world. It seemed like the blink of an eye, but I asked a lot of questions and got a lot of information in response. I knew every step, even though they were moving quickly. My understanding of different dimensions seemed to keep growing. As my understanding grew, I moved into new levels of awareness, each one giving me more information. I lost count of how many levels I went through, but I did make it to the top level. From this peak, I felt a joy I could not describe. I saw God's big plan for the universe come to life in front of me. I knew why things are the way they are, why we have problems, why life can be hard, and why some people do bad things. From this higher point of view, what seemed chaotic at first looked like it was perfectly planned. It turns out that everything was an expression of love. No matter how hard we try to stay away from love, it always finds us. At the height of this experience, I caught a glimpse of what life is all about. I laughed at how easy it looked, but I can't remember the specifics now. We tend to make things more complicated here on Earth, but from that point of view, the truth was beautifully easy. In that world, time works differently. As I moved through dimensions at the speed of light, I caught a glimpse of the big picture of the universe and what life is all about. When I came back to my earthly awareness, though, I had other deep thoughts. I clearly remember leaving my body and experiencing a higher level of awareness. It felt like waking up from a bad dream. The change was like coming out of the dark into a bright, blinding light that, even though it was bright, felt safe and calm. You have nothing to feel guilty, ashamed, or scared of, my guards or angels told me. No sentence is coming. We're here to help you as your life goes as planned. This promise made me feel a lot less guilty. From this high place, I could see Earth covered in a bright light that stood for God's love that knows no limits. It was like God sees us as kids learning to walk and is so kind that he forgives our mistakes. When I came back to my body, I saw that the love I had felt started to fade over the next few days. It happened again to me when I was in my late teens. It was like I was out of my body or dying. This event helped me understand my memories from before I was born and put the pieces of the puzzle together. I hid my near-death experience for 10 years while I studied religion. In the end, it changed how I thought about life and death, and I decided that everything would be okay. I changed from the strict religious upbringing I had known to a more liberal type of Christianity because I felt at peace with life's journey and appreciated it. This change helped me let go of rigid beliefs and accept a spirituality that is more caring. In my late 20s, I had more near-death experiences that made these ideas stronger. They made me question religious authority and look into my own views. Instead of following doctrines, I built a loving, understanding connection with Source, also known as God. I think that everyone should go their own way, even if it doesn't fit with a religion. It's great if your religion helps you. Know that it's a trip worth taking if you want a more personal and less limiting connection. Many people find it hard and lonely to go against the expectations of their friends, family, and partners, as well as the standards of their community. Being true to yourself is often harder than being comfortable with what other people think. If you want to find deep peace, I suggest that you follow your heart and your way. Don't forget that you have friends and family. People going through the same things are dealing with them too, and the internet is a great way to connect with them. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. It was important for me to get professional help to deal with the trauma, fear, and anxiety I was feeling. It is important to get help, and it is worth it to be free to follow your path, even if it is hard. I also remembered 2 more childhood memories from before I was born that I had pushed away, but later remembered. I remember what it was like to be a soul or spirit, a life full of light and beauty. I felt free, innocent, and strong in this state. Before I came to Earth, I was sure of myself and excited, thinking that I could handle any problems that came up. Thinking about these memories helps me get through tough times in life. I remember the deep love and support from the other side, where we will find clarity and strength. Our goal is still clear, and the mistakes we make don't change that. These memories have had a big impact on my life, putting a lot of emphasis on spiritual progress and getting in touch with God. My message is that love is at the center of life, even when things go wrong. It's important to make choices out of love, even when we're not perfect.